Hello and welcome to my channel, which is weird for me to even say. My name is Joyce Holthouse. I am here because I want to share my journey with all of you, because it was a journey that I've had my entire life, and I have found amazing results with intermittent fasting, and I have become certified in it, and I just want to share the hope and the joy of this lifestyle with whoever needs to hear it. So here I am starting this YouTube channel, and I thought what I would do is just share a little bit of my journey with you. And if you resonate with anything I say, I hope you'll come back. My goal is to share tips and tricks that have worked for me over the last few years and how I've found something I've been looking for all my life in this journey. So my weight issues started back when I was, probably around 3rd or 4th grade. I was overweight, but no one said anything or did anything until I turned 14 and I went for my freshman physical. I was about 5'3.5", I think, maybe 5'4", and I weighed 180 pounds. And I still remember that doctor visit and just how humiliating I felt and ashamed I felt about that number on the scale. And I started then a few years later on a journey to lose weight. And my journey started with a neighbor who, at this point I was 15, and she was going to Weight Watchers. And she invited me to come along. My mom said that was fine. I come from a family with a history of obesity and not doing anything about it. So I went with her. It's the first time I ever learned about portion control and kind of tracking your food, just the things that they teach you. I grabbed onto it and I did great. I mean, I lost about 30 pounds and that was great. And I sort of kept that off, but then it would, go up 10, 20 pounds. And then I would really try to be good again, and I'd lose the weight. And, I kept going up and down, up and down, up and down, trying any and all, so many diets, right? I mean, Weight Watchers was one, but I tried meal replacement shakes. I tried drinking unflavored gelatin before a meal. I tried things like keto and Whole30 and plant-based and you name it, I tried it. Some of them, the cabbage soup diet, the grapefruit diet. I'm of the age that those things were popular diets, the grapefruit diet, way back in the day. So at any rate, I yo-yoed my weight up and down. 2 pregnancies, I weighed over 200 pounds with both. Never could keep my weight off. And sometimes I would, I started getting into running, thinking if I run, then you can eat whatever you want, right? And so I got into running. I wasn't a very good runner. I didn't really like running, but if it allowed me to eat whatever I wanted, I would. I also looked at my eating behaviors and started going to Overeaters Anonymous because I knew food had this control over me and I didn't know how to escape that. And so fast forward to November of 2020, and I was listening to something, and I had heard about intermittent fasting, especially back when I was doing keto. I'd heard about intermittent fasting, but I thought, it's another fad diet. I was not looking for a diet. But I listened to a woman talk about the anti-aging benefits of intermittent fasting, and that's what grabbed my attention. At that time, I was 67 years old. And I thought, anti-aging and this intermittent fasting, I thought, okay, let me look into that a little more. So I began to investigate and read and research, and I found intermittent fasting in November of 2020. My weight was high. I finally weighed myself. I hadn't weighed myself for a long time. So I thought, well, I need to know what my starting weight was. I was almost 170 pounds. And I did not like that. I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. You put your jeans on and you're getting into them barely, but you're hanging over the waistband, you're feeling uncomfortable sitting in them, wearing them lots of times so that they do feel comfortable, and then dreading the next time you needed to wash your jeans because you knew how they were going to be tight for a while. So I don't know if any of you can relate to that, but that was me. I had spent money buying special foods and special programs, and I had done it all. And I discovered intermittent fasting. I started very slowly. I thought, you know what? I'm going to try just not eating after 8 o'clock at night, and let's see how that goes. Because at night, my husband would go to bed. We're empty nesters. My husband would go to bed. I would sit up and watch TV and snack. Not because I was hungry, just because that's what I did. So I started to pay attention. And little by little, actually over about, from November to November, a little over a year, I got to my current weight. And I have been there now for a year. I have never maintained my weight for this long. I have never felt more food freedom and embraced a lifestyle of eating that I can do. I don't do it perfectly, and I love the flexibility of it, but I do it every single day. And I've learned some tips and tricks over the years. I actually ended up getting certified as an intermittent fasting coach, but I realized you don't really even need that. And I started working with a group of women. I've helped a group of women collectively. I think we've lost over 500 pounds, and it's been fun, and I've really enjoyed it. And so I thought, I want to share this. I know there's other people that are on here that, teach intermittent fasting. They're probably, done it longer, have more degrees after their name. I'm just a regular mom and grandma and wife that has been successful with this. And I would love to just share how it's worked for me and maybe share some tips that will be helpful to you. And kind of take it from there. So I don't really even know where this is going, but I'm excited to do it. And I feel like it was kind of laid on my heart, actually the end of 2022, but I took some time before I thought, okay, I'm just going to jump in towards the end of January, beginning of February, and do it. So here we are. And one of the things that I like to think about with intermittent fasting is, number one, it's a health plan with a side effect of weight loss. The other is it involves everything, right? It involves the body, the mind, and the spirit, which is the heart and the emotions. And so I intend to talk about all of those. I found as I worked with people that affirmations are so helpful. And so I have affirmations that I would love to share with you, and, just little tidbits as we go. And so I would love it if any of this has resonated with you, if you are a lifelong dieter, if you've been on the up and down roller coaster, if you are tired of it, if you just, whether you have, one of the gals in my group has lost almost 100 pounds, whether you have that to lose or 10 pounds to lose, it doesn't matter. It's getting comfortable and learning a lifestyle that actually we've been doing all of our lives. So, and I'll be sharing more of that. I love to educate people because I think that with knowledge comes power, and you can make choices and decisions for yourself when you know what you know. So I hope you will subscribe and click that little bell to follow me and get notifications about new videos. I'm not going to do a ton every week. I just want to share my information and knowledge with the world. So thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to future interactions with you. Please comment. Let me know where you're listening from, how you found me, and I love to interact with people. It's all about relationships for me. All right, I will see you on the next video.